Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Taylor, and for this video I'm going to show you what I made throughout the week for dinner. We did 5 different meals this week. I normally wouldn't cook all 5 days. Normally we'll do either leftovers or grab takeout one of the days, but I wanted to have 5 different recipes for you guys to try out if you're interested for this week. So this week we did lasagna, we did garlic butter chicken with some potatoes, we did caramelized pork tacos with this really yummy pineapple salsa, we did a shrimp tostada with avocado, and we did BBQ salmon bowls with a mango avocado salsa. So we'll just do a little grocery haul to let you know what all I got this week for these recipes, as well as just a couple things we like to keep in the house. And yeah, let's just jump right in. Okay, so the first thing that we got oat milk. I've been really enjoying oat milk in my coffee instead of regular milk, so I just got the plain, I think it's sweetened, but it's just plain, it's not vanilla or anything. I got some peach juice and some grapefruit juice. I've been making some teas and mocktails and like adding them in. Lasagna. I have seen these on YouTube actually. This girl, Alexandra Garza, that I follow, she loves these. I had to get them. They are gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, peanut and tree nut free. Figured I'd try these out. They're Sweet Loren's. I got sugar and chocolate chip. A pack of chicken breasts. I got a pack of pork loin. I got some bacon because I feel like we just kind of have to have bacon at the house. I got these chicken apple sausages by Idel's. I think you call them Idel. These are so good. I love to just like cut them up and cook them up with some veggies, with Brussels sprouts. It's really good. Or with sweet potato, and just put that in a bowl. I got some hot dogs because my daughter is eating them. She loves them, and anything to get her to eat something that's not mac and cheese, I'm good with. And then I got some shrimp, just frozen shrimp. I got this for some lunches, and I might make a shrimp pasta this week for lunch. Got some buns to go with the hot dogs and sausages. We got some soft flour tortillas, and then we got some corn tortillas as well. On to the produce. We have a lot of produce. That's kind of where I focus my attention in the grocery store, which has been really good for these times because people aren't really focusing on produce. They're focusing more on frozen foods, canned foods, things like that. So if you can focus on the produce area, I think that's going to be really beneficial. So first thing I got is some red cabbage. I got some limes. I go through limes really fast. I got lemons, apples. Apples have been one of my cravings with this pregnancy, so I got a couple of those. I got some mangoes. I'm gonna make a mango salsa, and I also just like eating mangoes, so I got kind of a lot of those. 2 English cucumbers. I like English cucumbers better than regular cucumbers. Don't know why, just do. So that's what I tend to get. Got some watermelon. That's also been a craving of mine. I'm pretty much just craving fruit, specifically like watermelon and apples. We got some Kroger brand cuties. They're called Adorbs. They're really easy to peel, and my daughter is obsessed with these. It's like the one fruit that she will eat all day, every day. So got those. Let's see. As I mentioned, Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. These are like, I have to have Brussels sprouts at the house. I eat them all the time. I got a bag of avocados. We're gonna use some avocados this week. I got some little baby red potatoes. I I got 1 red onion, probably could have gotten 2, but I just wanted 1. Got some more garlic because I'm almost out. Italian parsley, thyme, jalapenos for some salsas that I'm making, and cilantro. I got 2 things of cilantro. I love cilantro. But that's my grocery haul. Okay, so for this first recipe, you're gonna need only a few ingredients and they're pretty easy. This is a very basic version of lasagna. I did a meatless version. I need some lasagna noodles, some eggs. You'll need 2 eggs, a 15-ounce container of ricotta, 1 or 2 jars of marinara sauce. I used about 1.5 to 2 jars. Mozzarella cheese, Parmesan, and then seasonings. I like to do salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. Is dump all the ricotta into a bowl, and then you're going to add 2 eggs and whisk that up together with the seasonings. Once that's incorporated, then you add the mozzarella and the Parmesan and you mix that up together. And that's going to be just 1 layer of your lasagna. It's going to be super easy. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the pasta sauce and you're going to put a little bit in a 9x13 pan as the base layer. And then you're going to lay down 4 noodles. If you don't have oven ready noodles, then you need to boil your pasta first, but I just bought the oven ready, so I didn't have to do that. So you just lay those down first, and then you're gonna put a layer of marinara sauce, 1 layer of ricotta, about 1/3 of your sauce, half the ricotta, and then 4 more noodles. And then you're gonna repeat that. You're gonna do a little bit more sauce, the rest of your ricotta, and then 4 more noodles. So your top layer will be 4 noodles with marinara, and then you're gonna do about 1/2 cup of mozzarella and 1/2 cup of Parmesan. So you're just gonna sprinkle that on top, nice and evenly. And then you're gonna cover it with foil and put it in the oven for about 50 minutes. And then once it's been cooking for 50 minutes, you're gonna pull it out of the oven, take the foil off, and then put it back in the oven at a little bit higher temperature. And you're gonna bake it for 10 more minutes to get that cheese nice and golden. Just a really easy lasagna. Okay, so the second recipe was on Tuesday. We made lemon garlic butter chicken with baked potatoes. This is actually a recipe I got from Delish. It's one of those, it's like tasty videos, but Delish is like their own version. And so it was just something I found online that sounded really good. So it's just chicken thighs, baby red potatoes, lemons, thyme, butter, fresh garlic, salt, and pepper. It's a really, really easy one. So what you're going to do is just dice up all your potatoes and put them in a 9x13 pan. And then you're going to take a bowl and you're going to put your butter in there. The butter should be room temperature, like nice and soft, so you can use a fork just to mash it up. So you're going to take your butter and you're going to add garlic to it. I just minced it. And then you're going to cut up your thyme and add that to the bowl as well. And then you'll add a little bit of lemon zest to that bowl. And then once you're done using the lemon, cut it up because we're going to use that on top of the potatoes. So mix up all the stuff in the butter bowl, and that's going to go on top of the chicken. So
cut up those lemons and place them over the potatoes. And add a little bit of salt and pepper to the butter mixture, and then also salt and pepper your chicken. Then you're going to take the chicken thighs that have been patted dry and seasoned, and you're going to put them on top of the lemon slices, and then you're going to take the butter mixture and spread that all over the chicken. That way it's nice and coated. And then you'll put that in the oven and bake it. Don't remember how long, but I'll put that in the description below. And then yeah, it looks like this when it's done. So for the third recipe, we did caramelized pork tacos with a mango salsa. This recipe is from Pinch of Yum. I made a bunch of recipes from them this week. They are all amazing. So it's just a blog that I found online. My mom actually showed it to me, and their food is amazing. So we figured we would try this one out. So for the first section, you're going to make the salsa. So for the salsa, you need cucumber. I used an English cucumber. You could probably use any like regular cucumber as well. I did pineapple, lime, cilantro, and red onion. So you're just going to chop all that up, and then you're going to put it in a bowl and squeeze some lime juice over it and add a little bit of salt. I used pink Himalayan salt. And then you're just going to mix that all up, and it's just that simple. For the pork itself, you're going to need pork loin strips. You're going to need jalapeno, garlic, and red onion or a shallot. I just used red onion. I didn't have any shallots. And you're going to dice those up super, super tiny. And then have sugar, salt, pepper, olive oil, and I didn't have fish sauce, so I used Worcestershire, you know, that word no one can pronounce, but I heard that you could use that in substitution. I think you could also use soy sauce, but this gave it a really good flavor, so I would recommend the Worcestershire if you have it. So first thing you're going to do is put a little olive oil in your pan, and then put the garlic, jalapenos, and red onion or shallot into the pan, and you're just going to cook those up for a bit until fragrant. And make sure you have the meat cut up already at this point. I forgot to, so my garlic burned a tiny bit. But then you just add the pork to the pan and mix that all up and cook it until it's nice and brown and cooked. And then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of the Worcestershire sauce or soy sauce or fish sauce, whatever you have. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar, and that's what's going to give it that really nice like caramelized flavor and make it a little bit sweet and savory. It's really savory. And then I just let it sit there for a little bit, and it caramelized really, really nicely. As you can see right there, it's nice and caramelized. And then I just fried up some corn tortillas, and I just layered it all on there. And we also made a sriracha mayo for it. They recommended that in the recipe. So that's just a little bit of mayo, a little bit of sriracha, depending on how much flavor you want. Depending on how spicy you like it, you can add more sriracha. You'd also do that with like sour cream if you don't like mayonnaise, or you could do Greek yogurt. There's a lot of different ways you could make that. I think this meal right here, the caramelized pork tacos, were my favorite meals this entire week. It was so good, so flavorful, and so easy to make. It really didn't take long at all, like maybe 15 minutes total. I would highly recommend this one. If you're going to make any of these the entire video, I would choose this one. So then for our next meal, we're gonna make shrimp tostadas. I've really been wanting like shrimp and salmon, just like some fish lately. These sounded super good. So what you're gonna need is corn tortillas, or I think you can buy tostadas like already at the store, like already crunchy tortillas. You're gonna need Greek yogurt, cilantro, limes, red onion, an avocado, a jalapeno, cabbage, red cabbage, and of course shrimp. So I did the red onion, cilantro, jalapeno, and then I added my avocado, and I mixed that all up and squeezed a little bit of lime juice in it, and that's all for that. That's super easy. It's very similar. Oh, and I added some pink Himalayan salt. It's really similar to how Chipotle does it. I love Chipotle. They're my favorite guacamole, so I just pretty much did that. And then in a bowl, you're going to take your seasonings. It's going to be garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, cumin, and then smoked paprika. About a half a teaspoon of each. I don't really know. And then salt and pepper to your liking. I don't measure a ton as I do this. I just kind of throw them in a bowl. And then add some olive oil and lime juice and mix that together, and that's going to be your marinade. And then take your shrimp and throw it in the marinade and toss it for a little bit to get it all coated, and let that marinate for a few minutes. Then after that, you're going to have your pan heating up with a little bit of oil, and you're going to toss the shrimp in there. Shrimp doesn't take very long to cook, so it only takes about 2 minutes per side. Once it's nice and pink on each side, they are cooked. They don't take long. You don't want to overcook them. They will not taste good. And then I fried up my corn tortillas to make them nice and crispy. I just put oil in a pan and cooked those. I didn't film it, but I made the Greek yogurt mixture. It's just a crema sort of vibe. So it's a Greek yogurt lime crema. So it's Greek yogurt, cilantro, lime, salt, and pepper. Very basic. So we're gonna just take the tostadas and put the guac as the first layer, and then I like to put a little bit of red cabbage for some extra crunch. You don't have to put red cabbage, but I personally like it. And then you put the shrimp on top, and then a little bit of the crema, and then if you have cotija, or if you have any kind of like queso fresco, or I used feta because that's just what I had. They're all really similar. They're all gonna taste pretty much the same on top. And then if you like extra lime, you can squeeze some lime on top, but that's pretty much it for that one. So this last recipe is also from Pinch of Yum. It is a barbecue salmon bowl with a mango salsa. I really liked it. I did coconut rice instead of regular rice. I love coconut rice. So for the coconut rice, you're going to need 2 cups of white rice. I use jasmine normally. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of sugar. You're going to need a can of coconut milk. You're going to need a little bit of sea salt, and then you're going to need some water. 2 cups of rice, I put the sugar in, a little bit of salt, and then I pour the coconut milk in, and then I go and I fill the coconut can about 3/4 of the way full with water, and then I add that as well. And then I use my Instant Pot, and I just let that steam on manual for 4 or 5 minutes, and then I let it naturally release for at least 10 minutes, and then just mix it up and it's good to go. To make the mango salsa, you're going to need 2 mangoes, 1 avocado, 1 lime, cilantro, a jalapeno, red onion, a little bit of honey, and a little bit of salt. So you're just going to chop up all those ingredients, and then you're going to do a drizzle of honey and half a lime and a little bit of salt, and mix that together in a bowl. for the salmon, it had a really yummy seasoning blend. The seasoning were, it was 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and then there was chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, and I think paprika. And then you're just going to take that and put it all over the salmon. And then I added olive oil to coat the salmon as well. And then just pop that in the oven at 475 degrees. You could also broil it if you'd like. Depending on how thick your salmon steak is, you'll have to cook it longer. So it'll just depend on your size of fish. But the recipe said like 6 to 12 minutes. I think I ended up doing mine for about 15 minutes. It was really thick. It was a really big piece of salmon. If I had cut it up, probably would have been faster, but no problem. And then I just shredded up the salmon, and I put a scoop or 2 of rice, the shredded salmon, and then the salsa, and added a little bit of lime. And that was all. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. In the description below, I'm going to have a document that has all of the recipes linked. If it was somebody else's recipe, I linked their recipe below. And if it was my recipe, I just typed it out, the directions. And I have the ingredients, the recipes, and then I also have a grocery list at the bottom. So if you wanted to go and shop for all of these things, everything is listed below in order of where they are in the grocery store. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. It would really make my day. And yeah, if this is something you guys like seeing, let me know in the comments. And I will probably continue to do these throughout the quarantine because we're gonna be here a while. Like I said, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, you guys. Have a great day.